full wish. It has been my great pleasure to chair this inaugural session of this very important conference. I would like to congratulate whole team, the organizing committee, all the scientists from different countries, including Nepal, to make this happen. The support provided by the Ministry of Forest and Soil Conservation, Department of National Parks and Wildlife Conservation, and Department of Forest has enabled and encouraged us to undertake this conference. Especially, I would like to express my gratitude to Secretary of Ministry of Forest and Soil Conservation, Dr. Ganeshraj Joshi, DGs, Mr. Megh Bahadur Pandey and Mr. Vishwanath Oli, Mr. Krishna Prasad Acharya, I think he is not here, Chief of Planning and Human Resources Division of...
Along with landscape use.
Maybe I have not met you several times, but my team, NTNC team, met you several times and you have helped us a lot while proceeding on with this conference. Ms. Sudi, Chief of the Party, Mr. Santosh Hamal, Deputy Chief of the Party, Dr. Shantraj Gewali, Biodiversity Coordinator, and other thematic coordinators who have helped us. I would also like to thank Mr. Sibraj Bhatto from WWF Nepal for helping us in various ways to organize this conference. I would also like to thank Mr. Netra Sharma from USAID for ever being so helpful and for all the advice you have provided to our team. I thank and welcome all the scientists from United Kingdom, Australia, USA, India, Pakistan, South Africa, and of course from Nepal, who are here to share experience, learning, and scientific findings with us and guide us in the coming days. I would like to thank particularly Dr. Shane Murphy from CABI UK for his keynote speech highlighting the importance of invasive species management in the changing world. We are talking about allied ones, but it is not the problem of Nepal only, it is the problem of other countries as well. So this conference will also help other countries to control such problems. Finally, I would like to thank WWF Nepal, IUCN Nepal, NAST, TU, KU, University of Minnesota, and Chitwan National Park for your support and cooperation. I also take this opportunity to thank all my colleagues at NTNC and BCC who are directly or indirectly involved to make this event successful. The success of this event, of this conference is, as I mentioned in the beginning, is to be able to fight against such weeds that are destroying our forest, and by that other flora and fauna that are here in Nepal, for which we are very famous. So I wish you all for a successful conference that will yield a very good output. I hope the output of the conference will be very much instrumental to devise a national strategy and of course a work plan for invasive species management in Nepal. I do hope and believe by the end of 2 days, starting from tomorrow 2 days, very intensive discussion and the work papers that you have prepared to present in the conference will help us to overcome such problems, and then maybe after that day we can say that these weeds are also not to destroy us, not to harm us. They can be controlled, and we can in a way take advantage of these things as well. At least if we overcome the problem, then that is also an advantage from the conference to give a nice Koshali gift to other countries as well. So thank you very much with these words. I would like to wish your stay very pleasant and also fruitful.
शुभ विवाह, धार्मिक कार्यक्रम, घरायसी कार्यक्रम लगायत व्यावसायिक भिडियो छायाङ्कनको साथै विश्वकै उत्कृष्ट प्रविधिमा वेबसाइट निर्माण गर्नु परेमा हामीलाई सम्झनुहोस्। सम्पर्कको लागि
on invasive and invasive species management. Of Ministry of Forest and Soil Conservation from USAID, Mr. Netu Sharma, Sapkota. So now I would like to go to this. We, the participants of the annual conference from the frequencies, not only for agriculture, livestock productivity, forests, wetlands and water scarcity, but also for fisheries, wildlife conservation and human health. We also recognize IS will have an increased impact in the future due to climate change and ever-increasing land use changes by creation of new favorable habitats for IS causing their rapid spread and south to north movement. The negative impact of Mycenia micrantha, Milam minute weed on the endangered greater one-horned rhinoceros in Nepal is a good example of how invasive alien plants affect the wildlife. The situation is now or never. Since the adverse impacts of IS are multidimensional, coordinated efforts of all stakeholders concerned are necessary to prevent new incursions and manage those which have already invaded our ecosystems. In order to develop suitable strategies to manage IS, it is necessary to know the identity of alien species, its origin, pathways of introduction, habitats invaded, and the potential natural enemies in the native ranges. Moreover, it is essential to raise awareness on IS among all stakeholders. Policies need to be framed. Capacity to deal with IS is to be strengthened or developed, and provisions in the quarantine measures are to be reviewed and improved. Therefore, we conclude that there is an urgent need to develop a comprehensive national strategies to prevent new incursions of IS and to manage the negative impacts of those that have already invaded ecosystems, and through these actions protect livelihoods, especially the poor and our native ecosystems. Thus, we encourage support for regional and global level coordination of activities against IS and to build capacity of all stakeholders in IS management. Establishment of partnerships among various stakeholders including government, conservation and development partners, non-government and community-based organizations, academicians and the general public at local, national and international levels for developing and implementing IS management strategies. We also encourage young people to take up research programs on biology, ecology and management of IAS. And we also encourage develop national IAS strategies in all countries to deal with IAS. We also call upon national, regional and international research and development agencies to make resources available to coordinate activities to prevent new incursions of IAS, to build capacity of developing countries to fight the threats posed by IAS, and to develop and or review national strategies, policies and action plans for biodiversity conservation. Greater attention to the habitat shift of megafaunal species including rhinoceros and tiger due to quality erosion and fragmentation of habitats caused by IAS invasions and climate change. Identifying and providing livelihood opportunities for women, socially excluded and vulnerable communities affected by IAS invasions. Devising appropriate strategies to protect and build the resilience of ecosystems and local communities against possible adverse impacts of IAS, climate change and land use change. And for the future, commit to, we have the initials of our conference, that is ICIASM. So first I, that is integrate multiple stakeholders in IAS management, create local, regional and global networking, initiate IAS management at local level, adopt adaptive learning in IAS management, share information on IAS, maintain native biodiversity and livelihoods. So this is our Chitwan declaration. So may I request you all to give So first of all, may I request
field trip. I think during the course of the week we've shared some fantastic ideas and I believe many of us have got the ideas of where we should be going in the future with our work. And the key words I think that I've taken from this conference this week are cooperation and future collaboration. And so that's how I hope we will move forward and get to where we need to. We need to develop policy. We need to then place that into a framework of management and start dealing with these alien invasive weeds that we face. A final comment, apart from the ones that have been mentioned already, I get a feeling it might be a sensible time for Nepal to develop a society for weed science. I think a society of that kind could be one of the driving forces in enabling us to move forward with some of the initiatives that will come out of this conference. So on behalf of all the delegates, I would like to thank the organising committee, Naresh and his team, for putting on such a wonderful conference. And would you like to join with me in thanking the organising team for putting on such a great
Thank you, Dr. Steve, for his speech.
First of all, I would like to thank to the organizing committee, NTNC, for giving a very good opportunity to gather to us here and to exchange our views with the Nepalese scientists as well as international scientists of invasive alien species. Okay. This event was the first for mentioning about the IAS, so it has a very good importance. And for this event, the management from the management committee, everything for board, time management and other things, it was very excellent. So every arrangement was very nice, so we can got the opportunity to exchange our ideas about each other. I believe that this seminar or conference will help to promote our knowledge and as well as to make a strong collaborative networks between the Nepalese scientists and international scientists. Without this time we are working different individual or institutions are working in the field of invasive aliens, but there is not, it is very difficult to find a document or report who is doing and what is the result. So it will help to make our joint effort, and I think most of the Nepalese participants are very young, interested, accept me. So I hope that we can do a very good to control, to manage the IAS problem in Nepal in future, as well as to sensitize our government to give the priorities for the management of the invasive species. Thank you very much.
From USAID to deliver.
Many thanks for this opportunity to speak a few words on behalf of USAID Nepal at this August gathering. I think this international conference is very relevant and timely. And during this 3 days workshop, several innovative ideas, practices, and references have been shared and will be documented, I believe will be documented and shared among the participants and all relevant stakeholders. I think this is a very good beginning. And as we all discussed during 3 days, intensive discussion and paper presentations, that good solutions are yet to be discovered or find out. So we need to apply whatever existing knowledge and the practices that we have shared here, and we need to also generate knowledge, new knowledge that would be relevant for addressing this international problem. And we all know that effort from all stakeholders, not only from the government, not only from the NGOs or civil societies, not only from business is possible. So combined effort from all stakeholders is essential. So I would like to, as USAID's Social, Environmental and Economic Development Office Director expresses his commitment to support for this issue, I would like to second his voice and would be looking forward to the opportunities how we can help to address this issue, remaining within the framework of USAID Development Assistance in Nepal. With that, it's a very big, good start. I would like to look forward to the proceedings of the workshop, and also as we discussed, there is a requirement of the strategy and action plan. And if we have concrete plan or action plan that we can follow up later on, and also we find our role for implementing those action plan and strategy, I think this is not only for us, but also all participants here relevant. And I think all are looking forward to that document, and concrete actions are implemented based on the recommendation of this international conference. With that, I would like to especially thank to the international delegates who actually made their time available to come to Nepal and discuss on those issues and share their views and ideas and recommended us some solution, good solution. And also, so I would like to congratulate and thank to the Nepalese participants and delegates who actually shared their lifelong experiences and best practices with all participants. I think this is very good start. Let's continue with this. This is, I think, a common issue for us, for all of us to focus and work together. With that, I'd like to again thank to the organizing committee, particularly the NTNC, and USAID's funded Harioban Program Consortium partners, and ADB Asian Development Bank, and particularly the National Trust for Nature Conservation for making this conference a very good success. I think there was no gap, no room for commenting or no room for questioning. From my personal view, and also I questioned, I was having side talk with the participants. They all enjoyed it. So I think this is a grand success. Thank you all, and wish you all a very safe travel back home, and wish you all a very successful